You might think that a stroke is something sudden, something that strikes out of nowhere, but the truth is far more subtle and far more preventable than most people realize. In fact, the moments immediately after waking up, something most of us treat as ordinary, can quietly set the stage for a major health event, especially for those over 60. Every year, hundreds of thousands of seniors experience strokes, often without warning. Yet the first signs are hiding in plain sight, and certain everyday morning habits, the ones we repeat without thinking, may actually triple your risk of a stroke. It starts with something you probably wouldn't recognize as a warning: subtle shifts in coordination. You reach for a cup of tea and your hand doesn't land quite right, or you fumble with buttons on your shirt. Perhaps your pen slips as you try to write a simple grocery list. These moments are easy to dismiss as clumsiness, fatigue, or even normal aging, but they are signals that your brain's blood flow may already be compromised. The brain controls every precise movement, and when something feels off without pain or numbness, it can be your first real warning that something more serious is brewing. Scientific studies back this up. Research in neurology shows that early, subtle neurological changes, clumsiness, lapses in memory, small coordination errors, often precede a transient ischemic attack or mini-stroke. While these episodes may pass, they are critical warning signs. In fact, the first 48 hours after such an event are the most dangerous. Immediate intervention during this period can reduce the risk of a major stroke by more than 80%. Awareness, observation, and action in those first hours can literally save your brain. But why mornings? Why the first moments after waking? The answer lies in the body's natural rhythms. Overnight, we go hours without water, leaving our blood thicker and more prone to clotting. Our arteries are tighter after hours of rest, and as dawn arrives, stress hormones like cortisol surge, naturally raising blood pressure. Combined, these changes create the perfect storm: thicker blood, tighter vessels, and a surge in pressure through aging arteries. It's not the stress of a hectic day that is most dangerous. It's the quiet vulnerability of your body as it transitions from sleep to wakefulness. And yet, most of us begin our mornings the wrong way. Skipping water is one of the simplest but most overlooked mistakes. People often reach for coffee first, brushing off the fact that their bodies have been without hydration for 6, 7, even 8 hours. This is dangerous because dehydration increases blood viscosity, slows circulation, and makes clot formation easier. Research from the European Journal of Neurology indicates that nearly half of first-time ischemic strokes are linked directly to low morning hydration. A simple glass of room temperature or warm water the moment you wake up helps rehydrate your brain and kickstart circulation, preparing your body for the day ahead. Another habit that silently increases stroke risk is remaining still immediately after waking. Many people spend 20-30 minutes in bed, scrolling on their phones or sitting motionless. For seniors, this stillness is more than harmless relaxation. It creates a vascular bottleneck. Blood pools in the lower body, slowing its return to the heart and reducing perfusion to the brain. If plaque or minor clots are present, the first movements of the day, like standing or bending, can actually trigger a stroke. Simple, gentle movements while still in bed, such as ankle rolls, toe flexes, or small stretches, can activate circulation safely, priming the body for a much lower risk morning. Skipping breakfast is another critical error. While intermittent fasting has benefits for younger adults with strong metabolic stability, seniors are more vulnerable to hypoglycemia. The brain relies on glucose as fuel, and if you wake up dehydrated and then skip a morning meal, your risk for dizziness, cognitive fog, or even a vascular event rises. Those on blood pressure or diabetes medication are particularly at risk if they combine fasting with pills. A small, protein-rich breakfast, even as simple as half a boiled egg, a spoon of yogurt, or a few soaked walnuts, can stabilize blood sugar, support circulation, and ensure your brain has the energy it needs right away. Morning stress adds another hidden layer of danger. The first few minutes after waking are critical because the brain has not fully switched into cognitive mode. Checking emails, diving into news headlines, or engaging in tense conversations elevates cortisol, further increasing blood pressure and stacking risk. A 2015 study tracking over 93,000 people for more than a decade found that those experiencing high psychological stress in the morning were significantly more likely to suffer a stroke. The risk was particularly high in people over 60, and especially within the first 3 hours of waking. allowing the brain and body time to stabilize. 10 quiet minutes of stretching, a brief walk, or simply sitting with a warm drink can significantly reduce this early morning vulnerability. Finally, there is one habit that often feels harmless, but is deceptively dangerous: prolonged stillness in the first hour after waking. Pouring coffee, reading the paper, or sitting quietly may feel normal, but inactivity can be deadly. After 60, veins are less efficient at returning blood to the heart. When blood pools, especially in the legs, it creates a fertile ground for clot formation. Studies following over 8,000 adults over 60 show that sedentary behavior, even when compensated by exercise later in the day, is associated with a doubled risk of stroke. The timing of movement matters as much as the amount. Early morning movement, 5 to 10 minutes of light mobility, marching in place, gentle stretches, shoulder rolls, signals the body that the day has begun, promotes circulation, and dramatically reduces stroke risk. The lessons are clear. Strokes are not purely random events. They build quietly through habits, lifestyle choices, and subtle physiological cues. Paying attention to your morning routine is not about fear. It's about function. Hydrating, moving gently, eating a balanced breakfast, and creating calm, stress-free transitions are simple strategies backed by scientific evidence. These are not dramatic changes, but small, actionable steps that cumulatively have the power to preserve brain health, reduce risk, and improve longevity. Remember, prevention is not about perfection or gadgets. It's about awareness, observation, and respect for the body's rhythms. The brain is constantly signaling what it needs, from hydration to circulation to stable energy. Ignoring these signals, especially in the vulnerable hours after waking, can have consequences that extend far beyond that morning cup of coffee. Incorporating these habits doesn't require extraordinary effort or lifestyle upheaval. The power lies in consistency. Drinking a glass of water first thing, doing a few gentle stretches, eating a small protein-rich meal, and allowing your brain a quiet, calm start can transform your mornings from high-risk periods into opportunities for health and longevity. Over time, these small, mindful practices build a buffer against the unpredictable threat of stroke, giving your brain the support it needs to function optimally. Your mornings are more than routines. They are the foundation of brain health after 60. By respecting your body's needs during this critical window, you take control, reduce risk, and create conditions where your mind and body can thrive for years to come. Stroke prevention begins the moment you open your eyes, with attention, intention, and a few simple habits that safeguard your most vital organ, your brain.